welcome to my blog. I'm Judith. So I always thought blogs were kind of silly, but after so much stuff has happened, I'm like, I'm just going to turn it into my journal, and some people might find it entertaining and some people won't, and I don't really care because it's my journal. It's about me, not you. So, but anyway, so why I started this, rewind to 2018. I'm in Taekwondo. We're working on kicks. And my knee keeps slipping, and I'm like, what is this? So I kept avoiding certain kicks. Then we moved to one steps. So I kick out at my partner. She's supposed to grab my leg and throw me to the ground. Not a big deal. But my knee gives out, and I'm like, I'm in so much pain. So I just tell my senseis, I'm just going to take a break for a week, and then I'll be back. But throughout the whole week, I'm just getting worse and worse, and I was to the point where I was getting around the house by scooting on my daughter's little scooter, and my friend's like, Judith, that's stupid. Go to the doctor. And I'm like, doctors are stupid. But I did. And, because I couldn't walk. Towards the end of the week, I was on crutches. And I'm like, okay. So we did an MRI. Turns out my meniscus was torn and I had a cyst. And yeah, so I waited another month for surgery to happen. And in the meantime, while I was doing dishes, because I'm still doing life things, kind of an adult sometimes, I fell on my knee, the injured one, and my knee turned purple, and actually no, my whole leg turned purple, and then it was numb and cold, like ice cold. So my surgeon was out of town, so he went to the ER because they thought it might be a blood clot. Turns out it wasn't, thank goodness, but just more stuff I had to deal with. That didn't even go away till like way after my surgery was over. But yeah, so after the surgery, I found out that my meniscus was not just torn but shredded, so we had to take some of it out, which apparently we had that conversation right after surgery, but I was super drugged up. I don't remember that happening. I don't think it did, but whatever. So yeah, and just learning how to do stuff with just one leg, it was super difficult. Like, you don't even think about it, just like you take everything for granted. I broke both of my wrists in 2012. You take everything for granted until it's taken away from you, and then you learn to appreciate everything. But it was very, very difficult, and my poor dog had to carry around stuff for me in his backpack. What was she, 6, 5? So my 5-year-old was like, Mommy, when are you gonna be done being injured? Because I'm tired of doing jobs for you. I'm like, yeah, because this is on purpose. So I had to relearn how to walk, which was super fun. And I was finally done with physical therapy in August. So from the end of February through August of 2018, I was just messed up. But I managed to test for my next belt, and I made it. So moving on to 2019. So I kept having this snapping feeling, and they were like, oh, it's because the cyst filled up with fluid again, so we need to get it drained. Went to get it drained. Didn't have anywhere to take my daughter, because I have a 16-year-old stepdaughter. So she came along, and my 16-year-old held my hand, while I was trying to read a book, which apparently I was squeezing her too hard. I don't know. It was very painful. And my 7-year-old was doing commentary the whole time. My 16-year-old was going like this. My 7-year-old was going like, oh. And I'm like, I don't need to know anything. And she's like, oh, Mommy, there's so much blood. Mommy, that's a big needle. Does it hurt, Mommy? And I'm like, just sure, okay, shh. But yeah, so that was super fun. And they were like, I don't know, there wasn't really that much fluid. I'm like, okay, cool. That's just great. So it helped. And the snapping pain just kind of stopped for a few months, but then it came back. So I went back to my surgeon. We did another MRI. And he was like, oh yeah, it's probably this snapping hamstring something or other, and we're going to have to like harvest this thing or that thing. I don't know, I kind of zoned out because it's gross, and I didn't want another surgery. But it's like, it's not a big deal, recovery time's like, 6 weeks, and it's not a big deal. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I have a few months, because like I test for black belt in May. So as long as we can get this done in January. But then when the test results came back, apparently I tore my meniscus again. The cyst is back, obviously. And so he wants to take blood from my arm, swish it around, make it a clot, put it in there while he's fixing the meniscus, and that's supposed to help it heal. And then he wants to release one of my tendons, and then he wants to remove the cyst. The recovery time is absolutely horrible. Like, I already cried about this, but apparently I can't test for black belt in May, which sucks. I can't ride my horse for 4 months after surgery. I have to wear a special brace with this metal on it, and I can't walk for 6 weeks. I have to like be in a brace and on crutches for 6 weeks, and then I have to like learn how to walk all over again, and I can't do anything that I want to do. So I thought I would just kind of make this video blog, and you know, as I'm going through stuff after surgery or during surgery, all that kind of stuff, just kind of, I don't know, try to make it fun, because you know, this just sucks. It just does. And I'm trying to make the best of it, and I figured by making a video of me dealing with this will just be entertaining for some people and help me stay sane, because I can't do anything that keeps me sane. But anyway, I'll keep everyone posted, and I'll let you know when the surgery is.